Hey guys, this is Sam coming at you with a brand new workout. This one is actually a Spider-Man circuit in lieu of the news that I just found out, at least when I started filming this, that Spider-Man Miles Morales has in fact been announced. There's been a lot of really cool footage out there. If you guys have not checked out the trailer, I would totally recommend it. I might even put it in the show notes, or I should say the workout notes at the end of this. So I love Spider-Man. He's one of my favorite superheroes. It's hard to say who's not one of my favorites. But my point is, I decided to put this workout together and use a lot of similar movements that I feel make me think of the hero Spider-Man when I actually do them, whether it's in the gym or at home or just in everyday life. So I've actually got 6 different exercises, or I should say 12 different exercises coming your way in 2 different rounds with 3 sets in each round. You've got 40 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest in between each one of these. So what's going to be happening is I'm going to go ahead, hit that timer. You're going to have 10 seconds to get ready. But I'm going to go ahead and give you a few of the exercises first. What we first got coming up is, in fact, your Spider-Man push-up. So with your Spider-Man push-up, you're going to come down into a nice high plank right here on the floor. You're going to go ahead, come down to your normal push-up, but as you do so, you're going to bring your knee up towards that hand and repeat on the opposite side. Now, if that's not for you, you can always go ahead, stick to the push-up, come up, bring the knee up, tap the elbow, come up, repeat on the opposite side. This also can be done from the knees, or a very similar action can be done on the wall. Either way, we're going to kick that off there, and then for your next exercise number 2, you've got your tuck jumps. Now remember, you want to bring your knees up to your hands, not your hand down to your knees. That does not count. So you want to keep your chest up, and remember, when it comes to 40 seconds of work, you really want to focus on the quality of these reps, not necessarily the quantity of them. So when it comes to those push-ups, when it comes to that tuck jump, make sure you go ahead, keep that posture, come down, slow and controlled, not necessarily for an endurance challenge, but more so just to make sure that you're getting that form correct. That way you can find what's your strong suit and what needs work. All right, 10 seconds, kicking this off, starting with those Spider-Man push-ups. Remember, if you're not down on the ground, this can be done on the wall. Very same movement, toes on the floor, hands on the wall, coming down to it, chest to the wall, right back up. If you're on the ground, follow along with me. Keeping that chest up, core nice and tight, knee round the outside. Now remember, if this motion is not for you, this can be done from the knees, come down into it, bring the knee around, repeat on the opposite side. Now I don't know about you guys, but I feel I get a little bit deeper into these push-ups when I turn my head toward the knee that's coming up. So I turn to my left when my left knee comes up, whether it's from the knees or the toes on this one. Keeping it right here for 9 more seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck jumps coming at you. So you want to go ahead, keep that chest up, and remember, you want to bring your knees up to your hands. Now, as I said before, if you find that that's a little too much jumping for you, remember, you can just go for those hops. Just keep those feet moving as you do it. So from here, you're going to go ahead, bring those knees up. If that's too high, aim a little lower. Keep your hands in line with your hips here. Come on up with those knees. Tap. Right back down. Pump the arms and up. Moving those feet and up. All right. Now, if that's not for you, you can go ahead, stick to the knee drive, coming back down. Here we go, 10 more seconds. Pumping those arms, moving those feet. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, we've got your alternating lunges, side lunges. So with this one, you want your feet a little wider than hip width. Come down into it on the one side, feeling that stretch on the inner thigh and that load on the outer thigh on the opposite side. Now, you want to make sure you drive your hips back behind you. I'll give you a side view here. You go ahead, hips back, come down on the side, come back up, drive the hips to the top, repeat on the opposite. Now you can reach those hands out for that counterbalance in those hips, but if you find that's still not for you, feel free to go ahead, get as low into that lunge as you feel comfortable, keeping that chest up regardless of how low you get. Now, what we've got coming up is, in fact, your supine alternating toe touch. So you're going to come down on the ground for this one. You guys go ahead, keep your eyes on me for 2, 1, down on the floor, low back into it. You're going to reach one arm up for that opposite toe, and back down again. Now, if you want to up the intensity of this one, folks, keep those heels off the ground. But for those of you that are not on the floor, no worries. Keep it standing. You're going to go ahead and bring that foot to that opposite hand. Straight leg raises, opposite hand to opposite foot. Keeping it going just like so. Feel free to step into it. Or if you want to focus on that stabilization, plant that foot, come right up, keep it there. Don't go for the swing. Try to really use that hamstring and that core to swing that leg up there. Keep this going for 7 more seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, you've got your 4 touch jacks. This one's really meant more so to get your heart rate up. So you want to keep that chest up, core nice and tight. Come down into it, reach the ground, come back up. Now, if you find this hop is not for you, you can step into each one of these just like so, keeping it going. Now, if this isn't for you, just get as low as you can. If your hand's not touching the ground, no worries. Get your hand between the shins, come back up, between the knees, if that's too low, and keep going. Now you can just get that quarter squat with that step, bring the feet together, stepping back out as you come down into it. Either way, you've only got 10 more seconds. And remember, just because it's low impact doesn't mean it's slow impact. We're gonna keep this going for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotating side planks coming at you. So start in that side plank position, whether your feet are staggered or on top of each other. Reach that hand down in between the body and the floor. Plant it, rotate. Repeat on the opposite side. Now, if this isn't for you, this can be done from the knees. Feel free to rotate to both knees. Extend that top leg and repeat on the opposite side. A very similar action can be done from the wall. And when you do it from the wall, you can't really do it from the knees. So make sure you go ahead. Come up on those toes, feet flat on the ground, arm resting on the wall, much like I got my arm resting on the mat for 10 more seconds. Getting that rotation, drawing that belly button into that spine, keeping this going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so shake out those shoulders because we're getting right back into that Spider-Man push-up. So remember, chest up, knee around the outside to that same side elbow. Coming on in, here we go. Now, you can go ahead, keep your eyes directly in front of you. But as I said before, when I come down into those push-ups, I like to look and see where that knee is. That rotation to me allows me to get a little bit deeper in it. And remember, if you feel this in your low back, chances are you're not using that core enough. So draw on that belly button, contract those abs, come down nice, slow, and controlled. Bring it around, and repeat on the opposite side. You got 7 more seconds of these. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, tough jumps coming at you. Remember, pump the arms, move the feet. Get as many of these in as you can. Now, last time I was calling them out. I want you to get these going right now. Get as many in as you can for set number 2. Now, remember, we've got 1 more after this. So really right now, don't be afraid. You might be just learning the movements here. That's more than okay. If you're not hopping, feel free to pump the arms, drive the knees, come back down into it. Just keep moving. 15 more seconds, whether you're driving the knees, getting that hop in there, or maybe get the hop, a couple other calf raises, get that hop, whatever you prefer. Keep going for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, alternating side lunge. Remember, chest up, hips back, weight in that heel, and then come right back up, hit the other side. As I'm doing this, you'll notice my knee doesn't track forward. It is behind my ankle here. You come on out of that, repeat on the opposite side. Keeping this going for 25 more seconds. Now, if you really want to go ahead and set this up, if you have weights or anything of that nature, feel free to keep it close to the body, but make sure your heels are outside of that hip line. You'll see this line that goes straight down from my hips, down to the floor here. Just imagine that. And then from there, come on down and repeat on the opposite side. 3, 2, 1, alternating supine toe touch. Coming on down to the ground, driving that low back into the floor. Opposite hand to opposite foot, coming on up, tap the toe. Now, as you're doing this, you want to keep that low back press to the ground. If you have a slight bend in the knee, that's more than okay. Just make sure you keep your back nice and safe by driving that low back into the floor. I'm not sure how well you guys can see it here. When I come up, keep it right here the whole time. Now, if that's not for you, you can go for a knee tap as you get that knee tap bicycle action, just like so. Or if that's not for you, feel free to go ahead and keep it to that supine march. Opposite hand, opposite foot, driving your low back into the ground, keeping it right here. Now, you've only got 4 more seconds in this. 3, 2, 1. All right. And now we've got your floor touch jacks. Remember, chest up, core tight, hips behind you as you come down into that floor touch, right back up. It's essentially a jumping jack with a squat mixed into it. You're only just not bringing, the only difference is you're not bringing your hands over your head. So as you're doing this, if you want to step into it, keep it right here. You're more than welcome to. Or, as I was saying, you can step into it rather than hop. You've only got 20 more seconds of this. So feel free to maybe go ahead, step those feet in quick, step back out, come down, step in, step out. Just a little bit of a hop here. You don't necessarily need to be going too quick. Just know where your feet are before you go reach it for the ground. Keep it going for 7 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, rotating side plank. Remember, nice high side plank. You can stagger or stack the feet, whichever you prefer. Keep it right here, hand up, hand around, just like so. Now, remember, this can be done from the wall, and from the wall you can set this up too. From the wall, you can go ahead, come up on the hand, just like so. Come down, repeat on the opposite side. Now, as you're doing this, folks, make sure you're drawn in that belly button into that spine. Rotate, use those obliques, and keep those hips up. You're gonna feel that in not only your core, all of your core. So your core essentially is from mid-chest down. So that's gonna hit not only your abs, but your hips, your glutes a little bit. Keep it going for 2, 1. Shake out those shoulders. We've got your final set of Spider-Man push-ups coming your way. Keep it going. Knee to that opposite elbow. 2, 1. Here we go. Remember, you're focusing on strength and posture here. You're not going for repetitions. So don't make it quick. Take your time. Bringing that knee up and around and up again. Down on the opposite side and up again. Keeping it right here. 13 more seconds of this. If you feel your shoulders start to burn out on this last set, don't give up. Get dropped to the knees. Keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tuck jumps coming at you. Chest up, core tight, knees to those hands. Kicking this off in 5 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Knees up, move the feet. Knees up, move the feet. Now you can jog in place. You can hop in place. Just keep it moving. And if you're not jumping or jogging, go ahead, drive the knees. Just move those feet as quick as you can. Maybe just let the heels leave the ground. Drive the knee, pump the feet. Drive the knees, pump the feet. Now, for the final 10 seconds, I want you to get as many in as you can. Feel free to go in rapid succession, just like this. Final 10, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. All right, we've got your alternating side lunges. So, feet out nice and wide, chest up, core tight, hips back. Let's go. 2, 1, don't be afraid to start early. Just make sure that you don't end early. Keep it right here. Now, you're gonna feel this stretch on the inner thigh and that load on the outer thigh of the opposite side. You can up the intensity, keeping that chest up, eyes out in front. Reach for that toe/heel. Your chest may collapse forward a little bit, but fight it as best you can. Core nice and tight. Keep it going for 10 more seconds. We're almost there. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. All right, now you've got your supine toe touch. So you're gonna come on down, opposite hand, opposite foot, tap, right back up again. Keep it going, just like so. Now, if this isn't for you, remember, aim for the shin. If the shin's not for you, go for the knee. If you need to keep both feet flat on the ground and march into this, you are more than welcome. Keeping it right here. Just try to keep your shoulder blades off the ground, your low back in it. This can be done while standing with that classic leg raise. Keeping this going for just a few more seconds. We're almost through. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Now we're up with your floor touch jacks. Here we go. Chest up, core tight, hips back. Coming down in it. Right back up. Bring the feet together as you do so. Kick them out for that squat. Reach for the ground. Come back up. Now, from this angle you can see, I drive my hips back as I do this. From this angle you can see, I keep my chest up while I do it as well. You want to drop your torso as best in that upright position as you can. So here we go from the side again. If your chest collapses forward a little bit, maybe you're dropping a little too low. And if you need to, go ahead. Instead of reaching for the floor, reach for in between the shins here. And if that's too much, go for the knees. Either way, whether you're hopping or stepping, keep it going for 2, 1. Rotating side planks. Here we go. This is the last time we need to do this today. Let's keep this going. Starting that high plank if you like. Stagger the feet, rotate, come on down. Now, I find it helps if my hand is, my fingertips are pointed in the direction I'm facing. I find if I try to plant my hand here and come up into it, there's a lot of pressure on that shoulder in the front here and on that chest. So feel free to go ahead, do what feels right for you. 20 seconds. This can be done from the ground, the wall, or on the knees. But remember, you can always step it up, coming up onto that hand, keeping it going for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. All right, that's round 1. Sets 1, 2, and 3, all in the books here. Go ahead, get that drink of water. We're gonna jump into round number 2 in just a few seconds here. Round number 2 has a lot of similar influence here. Basically, the web slingers themselves, Spider-Man, Miles, Gwen Stacy, all of them. So we're gonna go ahead, kick that off in just a second here. Here we go. I'm just gonna move over to it. Look at it here. Okay, so with this one, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to pause this one just so you guys can see what's coming up first. First, we have got your beast push-ups. So with your beast push-ups, essentially you're going to do a push-up and you're going to bring your knee around the outside into a very deep rear straight leg lunge and rotate your chest toward it. So this exercise is a test between strength and mobility. So with this one, here you go ahead. Nice high plank. I'm going to give you a front and side view on this one. You're going to come down into that push-up. Come on up. Bring the knee up. Rotate towards that chest, that knee. That chest towards that knee. Come down. Hit the other side. Now, if this is not for you, no problem. You can go ahead and stick to just that lunge. Keep it right here, just like so. And here it is from the side view, so you guys have a very similar or a better view of it. Here you go. Down to the push-up, return, bring the knee up, rotate towards the leg, plant the hand, repeat on the opposite side. Bring up the foot, rotate that chest towards that knee, come back down, kick the leg back. Again, not digging all that. This can be done from the knees with that push-up. Bring up the foot, really get that deep lunge in there. Make sure this heel is flat before you push into it. Come back and repeat on the opposite side and repeat from there. Exercise number 4, exercise number 2, we've technically got another hip opener. So with this one, you're going to go ahead, come on down, drive the foot back, open up this hip and chest. Open up this hip and this chest. No, this hip and this thigh. You come on up, drive the knee, and come on back down. Now right there's your sprint to skip. So you come on down, chest up, drive the knee, get your hand as low as you can. You'll notice my hand is only coming down to my calf. My hip flexibility is not where it should be right now. So keeping that in mind, get as low as you can. If you're all the way down to the ground, fantastic. Try to keep that leg straight. Return, drive the knee. This is a test in stability, mobility, and power. It's a nice combo of all things. So keeping that in mind, we're gonna jump from that to your squat jumps, chest up, core tight, hips back, weight in the heels, explode out of it, right back down. All right, now if you're not digging that hop, sit back in that squat, return to the top, get that calf raise, and we'll repeat from there. All right, here we go. 10 seconds on the clock to go ahead, get this started. Remember, 3 times through 6 exercises, 40 seconds on the clock. Here we go, starting with those beast push-ups. 10 seconds. All right, wipe that sweat from the face. Feel free to dab a little bit. All right, here we go. 2, 1, come on down to the push-up, come on up, bring the foot, rotate towards the knee, plant the hand, kick the foot back, repeat on the opposite side. Try to take this as slow as you can. You really want to make sure that hip is getting it. You're going to feel the stretch right in here into that glute. Rotate as you do so, bring it on back, and repeat on the opposite side. Now, you're going to feel this in your chest as you do so because you focus on that rotation before you come up. You want to make sure you get everything right. Keeping this going for 8 more seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you've got your sprint to skips coming your way. So your sprint to skips, remember, rear leg goes back, reach for the shin or toe. Rear for the shin or heel. Come on down and return. Now, if this hop is not for you, feel free to go ahead, stick to just the knee drive. Come down, drive the knee, repeat from there. Another option, of course, if you're looking to step up, work on that balance, feel free to go ahead, come on down into it, return. And as you drive the knee, once you've got it to that hip, get that calf raise in there. Come back down, repeat on the opposite side. Now, if that is still not for you, no worries, feel free to go ahead, deep lunge, tap the toe at the top, deep lunge, tap the toe at the top. Try to reach for that heel, sit back in it. And now we've got your squat jumps. Hips out behind you, weight in those heels, kicking this off in 3, 2, 1. Hips back, explode out of it. And remember, you want to get a decent squat with each one of these. So say for the first 25 seconds, this is where you're at. But then say you get about to 26 seconds and your hop becomes less of a hop and more of a calf raise. That's all well and good. What I don't want you to lose is the squat. Get as low as you can with each squat. Drop those hips. Get as low as you can. Explode out of it if you can. If not, don't stop. Keep it going. Get that calf raise in there. Drive the hips forward. Feel that contraction in the glutes. Feel those calves connect. Repeat from there for 2, 1. All right. Breakdancer planks coming your way. High plank. Kick your foot through. Reach for the toe. Repeat on the opposite side. Now, if this is not for you, feel free to go for that crossbody mountain climber. Knee to opposite hand. Keeping this going just like so. You're still going to feel this in the abs. And say you want to focus on that kick, feel free to tuck your arm into the body. Repeat on the opposite side. Stabilize as you do it. Keeping it right here. Really working those abs, getting that rotation. You're going to feel this in your hamstrings a little bit as you stabilize, bending the knee, keeping it going for 9 more seconds. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got your iron legs coming your way. So with your iron legs, keep your chest up, core tight. You've got 2 lunges and a squat. So feel free to step into them as you see fit. Lunge, lunge, we're up, and we squat down. Now, as you do this, try not to use your hands to stabilize in that squat. Maybe keep them right here at the chest. If you guys noticed, I did do it on my first one. You want to go ahead, pump the arms for the lunges, sit down in that squat, repeat on the opposite side, keeping it going. We've got 10 more seconds. Here we go. Chest up. If the deep lunge is too much, keep that rear leg straight as you lunge into this. Keep it going for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, plank to squats. So you're gonna go ahead, start in that high plank, just like so. Bring your feet in, sit back on those heels, hands up, right back down. It's essentially a squat thrust, except we are focused on working those hips and shoulders. You may land on the toes, but you want to sit back on the heels, maybe to the point where you can almost raise them. Keeping this going for 18 more seconds. Get that chest up as high as you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, we've got your beast push-ups again. Set 2, round 2. Let's kick this off right, all right? Down on the ground, chest to the floor. Come on up, bring up that leg, rotate the chest towards that knee. Repeat on the opposite side. Just like so. Now remember, if this is too much for you, feel free to go ahead, keep it standing. With your standing option, you're gonna go ahead, keep it right here with just a knee hug. Keep your feet flexed, keep it going right here for just 14 more seconds. Otherwise, if it's the push-ups that's bothering you, keep that high plank, engage the abs, bring the foot up, lean into it, keep that heel on the ground as you do so though. Just shift the head forward. And we're coming up for your sprint to skips. Sprint to skips. Whichever side you hit before, make sure you hit the other this time. So remember, leg back nice and straight, drive the knee, repeat from there. Now, if this isn't for you, go ahead, drive the knee, keep that chest up, core nice and tight, and don't worry about the hop. Instead, focus on getting that knee up there, that stabilization, that core focus. Keep that chest up for 20 more seconds. Now, again, if you are looking to drive that knee, but skip the hop, feel free to go ahead, get the calf raise, and repeat from there. Keep it going for just 10 more seconds. Chest up, core tight, drive the heel, return to the top, get that calf raise, or that hop. You see fit for 2, 1, done. All right, now, squat jumps coming at you. We're gonna go ahead, drive the hips back, weight in those heels, getting those hops in 2, 1, keeping it right here. Now, if this isn't for you, no problem. Remember, squat, calf raise. The main focus here is that squat. So get nice and low. Hips back, weight in those heels. Come down in it, return to the top, get the calf raise, repeat from there. Now, keep this moving for 20 more seconds. We're almost through. Hips back, weight in the heels. Come on down, keep it going. 10 seconds to go. Keep that chest up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Break dancer planks coming at you. Down on the ground. Kicking that leg through the opposite leg and hand. Tucking the arm if you need to. Here we go. 2, 1, bam. Come on back. Now, if this rotation is too much for you, no problem. Go for that toe tap. If the toe tap is not for you, feel free to go ahead. Go for that knee tuck, that cross body action. Tapping the knee, boom, bring it down, boom, bring it down. Not taking it to the floor, no worries, keep it standing. Opposite knee, but I want you to tap the toe. So you're gonna bring up the knee and tap that heel or toe with the opposite hand. The whole focus here is to focus on that hip opening. We're gonna keep this going. 4 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Iron legs, ladies and gents. Chest up, core tight. Step into your lunges and into your squats. 3, 2, 1. Now, you'll notice as I do these, my hips always stay in line with that back knee. I come down, it goes hip, knee, floor, return, hip, knee, floor, return, and then I'm up again. And I try to get my knees perpendicular to my hips in this case, and I'm back up again. Now, if, again, that's too much for you, step back into that lunge, keep that rear leg straight. Just like the sprint to skips that we did earlier, and then get as low in that squat as you feel comfortable. But if you want to step up for the final set, couple of seconds, or last set, feel free to hop into these for 3, 2, 1, done. All right, we've got your plank to squat. Remember, you're bringing those feet up towards those hands. Sit back on those heels as far as you need to. 2, 1, start here, feet in, chest up. Now, The wider your legs go, the easier this becomes. So feel free to go ahead, keep them in line with those hands, and if that's too close, step them out. Keeping this going for 20 more seconds. We're almost through. 10 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We've got your beast push-ups one more time. Final set, guys. We're almost through. Down on the ground. 3 seconds. Try not to waste any time on this one. Chest to the floor. Here we go. Bring that knee up. Rotate towards the chest, towards that knee. Bringing that chest as close to it as you can. Keep it going. Now, if you find your shoulders or your chest are starting to burn out, feel free to bring your chest all the way to the ground. And instead, focus on coming up bit by bit. Shoulders, hips, knees, toes. And then, bring the knee forward. Rotate into it. Keep it going. With 40 seconds on the clock, I don't want you to burn out just yet. We still got a little bit more to go. And if you're not doing this from the ground, you can go for that wall push-up with that knee drive for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we've got your sprint to skips. So remember, chest up, core tight, step back, drive the knee, repeat from there. Here we go. Tap, drive, not digging the hop. Feel free to go ahead, tap, bring up the knee, or tap and step. Now, we're gonna switch sides halfway through. We are almost at that point. 2, 1, hit the other side. I'm gonna turn the other way for you. So you can go ahead, see what that looks like with that hop. Keeping that chest up the whole time. 10 more seconds, almost through. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. All right, squat jumps coming at you. I know your quads are probably on fire. I know your hips are burning a little bit. Hang tight, we're almost there. Here we go. Weight in those heels, explode out of it, repeat. Now, if that's not for you, no worries. Squat, come up, calf raise, repeat from there. We're gonna keep this going for just a little bit longer. 25 seconds to be exact. Remember, hips back, weight in the heels, and remember, the focus is in fact on the squat. Not necessarily the hop at the end, but getting those feet, those heels down on the ground. Weight in those heels, exploding out of it, coming on down, repeat from there. You got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, done. All right, breakdance or planks coming at you. Remember, kicking that foot through. Nice high plank, chest up, hips drawn in, tap the toe, repeat from there. Now, if you were not digging this, feel free to go ahead, stick to that crossbody toe tap. You want to bring the foot through, tap the toe, keep your hips drawn in the whole time. A lot of times we'll get something like this going and we try to tuck the hips up a little bit, really taking away from those abs and instead working that low back. You don't want that to happen. So keep those hips drawn in as you tap that toe. Maybe let it hit the ground. Keeping it right here for 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Iron legs. Here we go. Chest up, core tight. You want to keep those hips in line with that chest for those lunges. So drop down in it, and then kick them back for that squat. Not digging the hop, no problem. Step into it. And if you find that's still too much for you, feel free to go ahead, step into it, keep your rear leg straight, keep it right here, return to the top, drop down in that heels. Let's keep it going. 20 seconds. Now, for the final 10, if you have it, if you've got that drive, I want you to go ahead and hop into each one of these. Here we go, 10 seconds. Jump, jump, jump out of each one of these. Let it burn for 3, 2, 1, done. All right, plank to squat. High plank, feet back. Bring those feet in, try to get that chest up, hips back. 2, 1, just like so. Now, if this isn't for you, you can step, or if you're not taking it to the ground, feel free to go ahead, get your squat, and just drive the hips forward. Nice wide squat. Get as low as you can. Maybe just tap those hands to the ground and drive those hips forward. Make sure you hinge at the waist, then drop, then straighten the legs, return to the top. Essentially going in for a good morning, into a squat, extend the legs, return to the top. Either way. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, done. All right, guys, go ahead. Get that drink of water. Catch your breath. Get that air in you, because we're gonna jump into a fun boss battle, or boss rush, if you will. So we've got 3 exercises that we've been doing in this circuit, or I should say 2 exercises we've been doing in the circuit, plus 1 more I'm going to add to it. And I got this idea from watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. At one point, you see Spider-Man get knocked around a bit, and he says, at the very end of it, he says, no matter what happens, no matter how many times I fall down, I get back up again. And my first thought was, obviously, the Chumbawamba song. I get knocked down, I get up again. You're never going to keep me down. Whiskey, drink, vodka, whatever. But what that's going to turn into is, of course, the classic get down, get up again burpee. So with this one, we've got your beast push-up. So you're going to come down in your push-up, knee round the outside to that shoulder, rotate, open up that chest, and then into your floor touch jacks. And then we've got your burpees. So 3 exercises, 3 times through for a total of 9, and that's it. So I just need you guys to bear with me for just 1 more round of exercises, and it's only 3 of them. Only at 20 seconds. It's not, that means you don't even have to do a whole lot. I mean, the most you can do burpees-wise in 20 seconds is like what? 12, I think. I hope I don't have to edit that later. All right, so here we go. 20 seconds on, starting with those beast push-ups. Here we go. Kicking this off in 10 seconds. There we go. Beast push-ups. Nice high plank. Chest up, core tight. Bring that chest to the ground in 2, 1. Bring the hand up, the foot up. Open up that chest. Come on down. 7 seconds. Keep that rotation going. Get those push-ups in 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds rest, and then we've got your floor touch jacks. Now remember, with your floor touch jacks, tap the ground, return. You can step, you can hop. Just keep it moving for 15 more seconds. Keep that chest up. Core nice and tight. Step into it, hop into it. Now, after this, we've got your burpees. Remember, chest to floor, core tight. Roll out of it if you have to. 2 seconds. If you were going to go for the record, now's your chance. In 5 seconds, we're going to have 20 on the clock. Let's see how many you can get in. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hands overhead, feet off the ground. Keep it going. I don't know about you guys, but that was 11 for me. All right, beast push-ups coming at you. Set 2. Here we go. 2, 1. Chest up. Come on down. Right back up again. Rotate to that knee. Plant the hand. Kick the foot back. Repeat from there. Here we go. 2, 1. All right. Floor touch jacks coming at you. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Tap, bring the feet in. Hop. The hop's not for you. No worries. Step, bring the feet in. Keep it going. Feel free to go ahead. Make it a little bit of a 90s dance move. Fun thing about the floor touch jacks, if you do these in conjunction with any dance move, people think you know what you're doing. All right, burpees in 10 seconds. You went for the record the first time, don't worry about it. Just go ahead, get them in there. 20 seconds. Feet to the floor, sorry, chest to the floor. Come on up, feet in, hands overhead. That right there is the Spartan certified burpee. Go ahead, keep it going. Not taking that. Go for the squat thrust, return to the top, or squat and reach. All right, now, here we go. Beast push-ups, one more time. Here we go, down on the ground, chest up, bring up the foot, rotate. Remember, if you are skipping that push-up, don't even worry about it. Keep this going all the same and focus on bringing up the knee, rotating, dropping the opposite side hip as the brought up leg for 3, 2, 1. All right, 10 seconds rest right here, folks. Here we go, floor touch jacks in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Now, with your floor touch jacks, I'm gonna keep that chest up, step into each one of these, keeping it going. 9 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. I don't know what your record was last time, but mine was 11. I'm gonna try to beat it. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And that's it, folks. Your Spider-Man circuit all done. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for working out with me. With that said, if you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe to my page. If you want to see some of my other crazy antics, feel free to go ahead, check me out on Instagram. If you want to train with me, let me know in the comments here or on Instagram. And hit me up on trimandtone.trainerize.com. With that said, folks, remember, you gotta want it. Peace.